Okay, we're going to be doing the second movement of the Pathetique Sonata by Beethoven. This is Sonata number 8 from his Opus 13. So let me play the first little section for you, the first full phrase, and then we'll jump in and I'll show how to do it yourself. So here is what it sounds like. Place, different octave, different material, but out of these 8 bars, the entire piece emerges. So we'll begin with the left hand. This is the simplest part of this music, and we want to get that in our back pocket so we can focus our attention on the right hand. Before we begin, though, please consider subscribing to this channel if you like what I do here, and hitting that little notification bell. Those 2 things at the moment would do a lot to show the YouTube algorithm that you like what I'm doing and that you think it ought to be promoted. Of course, I very much appreciate that. So we'll begin with the left hand on 4. Very simple. 2 on D flat, a thumb on C, and a 4 on G. And there you already have your first 2 bars. Very simple, right? All of these are quarters. 1, E, and 2, E, and 1, E, and 2. With that out of the way, we can now focus on the right hand. Now, the right hand has 2 elements that it has to juggle. We have the melody up top. Very simple, very serene, very plain spoken. And beneath that, in the same hand, you have the harmonic doubling. It's what gives color to the entire thing. So what I'm going to do is give you both of these individually, so you can learn just the melody, then just the middles, and then put them together. The important thing in making sure that this works well, that it sounds good, and that you convey the musical message is how you voice the right hand, how you voice the melody above the middle notes, because they're not equally important. The melody has to soar above everything else. That's what the audience needs to be drawn to. So it's your job to draw them to it. So yeah, first things first, let's have a look at the melody. 4th finger connects to 3rd finger, nice and simple. Moving on, next bar. A 5. Hold for a little bit, and then fall to 4. And that's enough. That's where we'll stop. Not very complicated. Okay, with that in mind, I'm sort of assuming that you've learned that and the left hand. Let's have a look at the middles. Very simple beginning there, right? 2, 1, twice. Next, your 2nd finger falls to G. Almost the same thing. Same thing in terms of fingering, at least. 2, 1, 2, 1. Moving on, back to where you were. Twice, like before. And then your 2nd finger moves up now to B flat. Twice. So again, very simple, very straightforward. Easy to learn too. Putting it together is a little tricky, but this part of the process is quite simple. All of these notes are 16ths in line, so there's no stopping in between them. You put them together, the middle line sounds like this. And there you have it. Once you've learned each of these elements, let's begin putting them together, starting with the 2 in the top, the right hand alone. The trick here is going to be to make sure that the top line is louder than the bottom. To do that, what you have to do is slightly shift the weight of your arm, shift the weight of your hand over to the right side of the hand. It should feel as though the fourth finger is absorbing like 80% of the weight of the arm and of the pressure. And this one maybe, 20 or 10 even. And then when you go towards the next one, same sort of thing, it absorbs everything. The top is the one that's taking the brunt of the force. So try to play around with that. Have the equilibrium shift to the right of the hand so that there's more heaviness on the right side of the hand. All right, so when we put it together, we'll have together here. Bottoms continue while the fourth finger holds. So far, so good. Moving on. Both of these notes connect now to 3 and 2. Bottoms continue while 3 holds. Moving on. 5 and 2. Bottoms continue while the 5 holds. And now move to the next in the bottom. Alone still. And then together there. One more time, that second bar is. See, I'm trying to keep the top as connected and as legato as possible. Those are your first 2 bars. Take your time with it. Don't rush this process. Stop the video, practice it a while, and then come back. When you put them together, we'll have something like this. Relaxed, gentle, effortless. Once you have that in your pocket, we bring the left hand into the fray. This is now what fills out the color scheme here. Together, we start with both the hands. And actually, there's only one moment where the bass and the melody don't play at the same time. You'll see where that is. And together here. Together here. How beautiful is that? Oh my God. And then together here. And then the top line. So that's the spot where they don't come together. Put it together with no pausing. From here, we go into the next bar. So let's have a look at that. Before I jump into this section, I should make a note of the pedaling for the first 2 bars. Wherever the left hand changes notes, so that's per quarter, the pedal changes with it. That's where the pedal changes occur, with the left hand. Now into the next section. Let's do the left hand, shall we? 3, 4, 5. Thumb on F resolves to 2. And while you're holding this, switch to 1. And that's where we'll stop. And the way that I play it is I give each one of those notes in the left hand its own pedal. It's not necessarily the case. I think an argument can be made that the F and F You don't have to change the pedaling. I think it works fine, and it depends really on what the right hand is doing to see if that works or not. So wait a little bit. But the way that I like to do it, I think I like to thin out the texture so that each one of these notes gets its own pedal. Now the right hand. So I wanted to open up a little bit, right? The music is very calm and serene, and there's no lipstick, right? It's just plain spoken, and here it travels sort of in a placid way, and then we have a little bit of an opening towards the end of this phrase. So let's have a look at the melody on its own. Up top, that's 3, then 4 on E flat. Then we have 5 and 5 again on B flat, and then finish on E flat. Take a moment to learn that, and then come back for the middles. In the middle we have 2, 1, then 2, 1 on B flat this time. Move up. Then 2, 1. Second finger moves up yet again. 2, 1. And then the thumb falls to G. That's the resolution. Like that. Take a moment to learn that, and then bring it all together in the right hand. Again, shift the weight of the hand a little bit to the top without any tension in the wrists, so stay loose but heavy up top. Next, 4, 2, back to 1. You're going to lift here. We have 5, 2 to 1. 5, 2 again, and back to 1, resolving now to 4 and 1. Stitch it up. Take a moment, learn it comfortably, make sure you have it really well learned, and then put it together. You can see there's a counterpoint between the melody and the bass line. Right, that's the skeleton that binds everything together, and then the melody or the harmony in the middle that colors it in. That's together. Then together, move up, together, thumb alone as usual, together, thumb alone, and then together. There you have it, the first part of that phrase. So let me play all of these 3 bars in sequence. And there you have it. That takes care of the first phrase. Then as we move forward, it's like my favorite part here. Love that harmony. And this is my favorite chord. Oh, it's very, very good. Right, so we'll continue that on the website. Come and join me there. I'm going to finish this whole thing. It takes a while, for sure. There's a lot of parts of this piece, but I'm going to really take care to make sure that I don't leave anybody behind and everything is really well taken care of there. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me, and I'll be happy to help out. All right, I'll see you guys in the next part of the tutorial. Also, you can download the sheet music there. That's key as well. All right, see you soon.